So there are many layers to this conversation, and I'm going to read out the full out context of this comment and this conversation so other people can understand. This comment asks a question. So basically, you're saying that you don't want to deal with accommodating autistic people in the workplace while expecting them to adhere to your cultural and societal belief system. The commenter also said autistic people are keenly aware that these systems of checks and balances that is placed on people's behavior creates an unspoken hierarchical structure which oppress certain characteristics from being present in society based on the threat of becoming ostracized. So, of course, respectability, politics, and politeness teeters between classism and ableism. However, no one workplace looks the same. You may be a cashier. You may be someone that's working on the floor of a store. You may be somebody who's working at a desk, a cubicle, a call center. You may be somebody who works out in the field and they have to go meet people here and there. You may be an industrial worker where you're working with welders, plant techs, and all kinds of stuff. You may be in the medical industry and you're working with patients. There are so many layers to the workplace, like there are so many layers to the types of people there are in this world. And I'm not going to act like in the workforce it's hard to find something for any person, for most people, to find something that aligns with who you are. I personally have that experience. And in the workplace, I've seen people accommodate certain people. Like me personally, my coworkers knew that I wasn't a morning person. However, in knowing that, some of them just didn't talk to me until a certain time of the day, closer to lunchtime, and they just let me by. I do believe that we should accommodate people and we should respect people's boundaries, especially when they are making it obvious. My problem is not with the accommodation of people. I believe that people should be accommodated. I believe that we should get to know people, know their likes and dislikes, and how they operate as people, and respect that boundary. My problem lies with people wanting people to treat them in a way that they don't treat other people. It's okay for you to be who you are, but you're policing other people when they're being who they are. You understand why you need certain things and why certain things need to go a certain way in order for you to function. But when it comes to other people, you don't respect that boundary and you don't respect who they are as a person. This is not as it relates to like toxicity or any type of toxic environment. I understand in some cases rules and boundaries have to be crossed in order to save people or save a certain situation or whatever the case may be. Like I said, many layers to this conversation, many layers. I understand that there has been systems put in place, especially as a black woman. There are systems put in place to put obstacles in the way for people who are diagnosed with things, for people who are of certain backgrounds, and it is meant to disadvantage them while lifting other people up, especially when it comes to and it's respectability. Politics plays into that as well, because if you don't act in a certain way, if you aren't a certain way, if you're not a part of the clique, if you're not doing what everybody else is doing, then you're outcasted. I personally have experienced this, and I personally learned how to be by myself and how to survive people. And that's not saying that everybody has the ability to do this, because everybody needs somebody at some point. There are different types of disabilities, and no one person's life looks the same way when it comes to neurodivergent people. So yes, we have to unlearn a lot of things that we were taught, and a lot of people were taught those things for survival, not in some cases because that's just who they were. They had to survive other people.